Confucius once said, "Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish, and you feed him for the rest of his life." Such wisdom applied then, at that time when the sea yielded abundant harvest. The question today is, even if a man knows how to fish, when there is no more fish in the ocean, how can he feed himself for the rest of his life? Fishing grounds all over the world have experienced deterioration in the past decades because of environmentally destructive human activities such as dynamite, poison fishing, and over-exploitation. And Banate Bay in Iloilo was not exempted from this sad phenomenon. Worse, it also suffered encroachment of big trawlers and commercial fishing boats into its shallow waters and coral reefs. The yield became low. Sardines, mackerels, and angel wing shells dwindled in number, and fisherfolk who live along the bay had moved upland to find alternative livelihood. Banate Bay, which covers an area of 15,141 hectares, that extends from Magkil Point in Banate to Talisay Point in Baratak Nuevo, has been the main route of subsistence to the 22 coastal villages in the towns of Anilao, Banate, and Baratak Nuevo in the province of Iloilo. But according to University of the Philippines researchers Flor Lacanilao and Pepito Fernandez, municipal catch in the area dropped from 1.2 million tons in 1991 to just 900,000 tons in 1996. The deterioration of the bay worried local officials, and in 1996, they decided to jointly solve the problem by forming a partnership and signing the Banate Bay Resource Management Agreement in 1996. Thus, the Banate Bay Resource Management Council Incorporated was created on February 28, 1996. Philippine laws allow local government units to group themselves, consolidate or coordinate their efforts, services, and resources for purposes commonly beneficial to them. Thus, the towns of Anilao, Banate, and Baratak Nuevo, who share the bay as a common marine resource, joined together to bring it back to life. Led by then Mayor Ramon Antiojo of Anilao and former board member Pablito Araneta, the council had 19 regular members representing the three towns, the provincial government, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, government and non-government organizations, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, the Department of Public Works and Highways, the Department of Agriculture, and BFAR, composed the multi-sectoral working committee that provided the technical support with 100,000 pesos seed money from each town. BBRMCI set to work. The council's primary objective was to save and restore the bay, as well as provide opportunities to marginal fishermen whose livelihood was adversely affected by the diminishing marine resources. When the conservation work started, only a few mangroves were standing on the bay. A survey by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources had identified some 1,000 hectares in the bay as probable areas for mangrove reforestation. Acting on this information, BBRMCI initiated the planting of mangroves on 2 hectares in Talukdungan, a barangay in Banate, and to put up a mangrove nursery that produced some 6,000 mangrove seedlings. In addition, the municipal councils of Baratak Nuevo and Anilao set aside as fish sanctuaries certain areas where seagrass grew. Also, some coral reef areas were declared off-limits to fishing. Among them, the 25-hectare Hibutkan Rock Fish Sanctuary in Banate Town. Angel wing shells, locally known as Diwal, were regulated in a 5-hectare tidal flat in Baratak Nuevo to ease the pressure in other areas where over-harvesting and pollution has depleted the Diwal population. Fish wardens were deputized to go after illegal fishers. Fishers and youth organizations and cooperatives were organized, and local resource management councils were established. Today, Banate Bay is alive again, and local communities are reaping the rewards of giving the bay better care. Fishers using only hook and line can catch enough fish to feed their families and more to sell in the market. The bid to save the bay did not go unnoticed. In 1998, it received the Gawad Galing Pook Award as one of the 10 outstanding local government innovations in the Philippines. Interestingly, it was the only coastal resource management project among the 17 finalists in the country. It is also internationally known, having been presented in various gatherings outside of the Philippines as model, among them in Japan and Thailand in 2001 and 2003 respectively. It has also played host to visiting foreign dignitaries, consultants, researchers, professors, and students. The joining of the municipality of Barotac Viejo in 2002, another town adjacent to Banate, was another remarkable achievement of the program, surviving as a self-operating LGU-initiated program, the first in the province of Iloilo. Efforts now include not just Banate Bay covering 15,141 hectares, but also Barotac Bay covering 7,616.88 hectares. The number of collaborating agencies increased from a mere 4 to 11 national government agencies working together to support the program. As an offshoot of this collaboration, a program aided by the PNP Marine Group and the BBRMCI called Adopt a Bay was implemented in 2003. The program served as a multiplier effect for other municipalities and provinces to form similar alliances. Barangay Fisheries and Aquatic Resource Management Councils were formed and strengthened in each of the coastal barangays surrounding Banate and Barotac Bays. Incentives were given to BFARMC chairman as monthly honoraria and yearly insurance coverage. Even if it has already made a remarkable footprint in conservation works, the Banate Bay Resource Management Council still wants to achieve more. Among its future plans include the strengthening of Fishermen Association and integration of association into cooperatives, the delineation of municipal waters and demarcation of reserve areas, the establishment of breeding centers for finfishes and mollusks to sustain stock, the introduction of more infrastructures like post-harvest facilities, cold storage facilities, and fisher-folk settlement areas, and farm-to-market roads, the certification and standardization of products coming from the Bay Area for global competitiveness, the development of ecotourism areas, the enhancement of mangrove and forest nurseries in the barangay level, the establishment of a coastal resource management center for Panay Island, the establishment of alliances with upland municipalities, the identification and development of sustainable livelihood projects like cage culture of finfishes, gracilaria culture, mud crab culture in mangroves, micro-enterprise development, and the value-adding of local available marine products such as blue crabs, bangus, shrimps, sardines, and herrings. Today, tangible results in the form of sustainable livelihood activities multiplied as a result of numerous collaborations from local and international agencies. These were from the Department of Agriculture through the National Agriculture and Fishery Council, the Food and Agriculture Organization, through its Telo Food Project in coordination with the University of the Philippines in the Visayas, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources through its Poverty Alleviation Program, and the Land Bank of the Philippines through its Special Livelihood Assistance Program. There are a lot of works yet to be done. Everyone here is enthusiastic and optimistic. With the cooperation of all stakeholders of the Banate and Barotac Bay, it won't take long before it will again be teeming with a healthy marine life.